Welcome to LaughWhores, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm here with one of DC's funniest new young comedians, Moreese Licorish, hailing from Baltimore, Maryland. Started his comedy career during his junior year at Howard University. His material is based on his own experiences and observations. He took the stage for the first time in 2010.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Moreese's subject matter walks the line between reality and fantasy. He's not shy about touching on issues of race, relationship, and pop culture as it relates and relevant to himself. Welcome to the stage, Moreese Licorish.
Nice to be here. Nice to be here. You know, that's the doctrine. If somebody, no matter where you are, says HU, you have to say you know. Like, you have to. You could be in a witness protection agency under a new identity, and if somebody knocks on your door, you say, HU, you know, bang, bang, you're dead.
Let's see,
you're dead. Howard just killed me. All right.
You gotta, figure something. You gotta figure some way around that one. I'm telling you. So, I like to ask a lot of my comics. You're a young guy. How did you get into comedy? I know, you probably hang out with your friends. You're in class. You go to school. A lot of that pressure. Where do you find time to even think about doing comedy while you're in school?
Well, I mean, like, between I was just hanging out with friends and stuff. I was just hanging out, and I saw a couple. Everybody had their skill. A bunch of people were in film, interested in film and basketball and sports and everything like that. And I would just sat down and I thought, like, wow, like, what am I good at? I'm good at making people laugh, and I'm good at writing. How can I combine those two together? So, like, what ended up happening was I did the research for comedy writing. I didn't even think about doing stand-up comedy. I just wanted to be a comedy writer. And I found out that a lot of great comedy writers do stand-up. So I tried it out, and I said, like, I'll give it like a month. And if I do well, then okay, like, maybe I can explore it. And if not, I can at least say I did, and I got the experience, and I know how to write now. And I kept doing it. Like, after a month, after 2 months, after 3 months, and then I just kept going.
So what were some of the comics that influenced you as far as you're getting into comedy? Was it something that you've been doing, tantalized you since you were in grade school and then you got to college, or was it just...
Honestly, like, even growing up, I watched a lot of Comedy Central. It was just a lot of different types of comics, different types of styles, just like all types. Of course, Chris Rock, one of my absolute favorites. Absolute.
Capital Furnishment.
Yes. Capital Punishment.
Sorry.
I was actually approached, like, it was like half a year of doing stand-up, and it was actually after my first showcase. One of the DC comics, Royce Wynn, he approached me.
Royce, yeah.
Yeah, Royce.
Royce was just on the show.
Everybody knows. That's what he told me. He's like, yo, you need to come. He was like, yo, you need to come to the show. You say,
cool.
Always smiling, even always smiling. But no, he approached me. He was like, I'm putting this group together. I have this guy Kevin Hippolyte. I got this Brody Brandon, and you're a really young up and comer. Like, I see a lot of talent in you. Want you to be a part of it. And it really like meant a lot because I've only been doing this for like a while. I'm still a baby in this, and for someone who's been doing it for a while now, telling me that like he sees some talent in me, I had to join. I wanted to join. I needed to.
So what about this video blog, Moreese Minute?
Yes, Moreese Minute. I'm developing just a small video blog because right now I'm on Tumblr, I'm on Twitter. I tweet a lot of my jokes. I tumble a lot of like just insightful like jokes. And one of the things I'm developing now is a video blog, Moreese Minute. It's just going to be like a minute with me talking about current events, everything that's going on right now, just from my point of view. Charlie Sheen, tsunamis, Japan, velvet cakes, whatever. Like, I'm talking about anything and everything.
Some of your jokes seem to revolve around personal issues. I mean, what wasn't the personal issues that you really focused your jokes around?
Okay, now, and I've gotten a lot of this. Like, a bunch of the jokes that I do actually do. I do a few jokes about like father, having an absentee father, or anything like that. And I will set the record straight. I grew up in a divorced home, but I still had contact with my father, loved my father.
So you know who your daddy is?
Yeah, I know. First off, my name is Moreese Licorish II.
Okay.
Okay, it can't be that hard to find. It really can't, okay?
You're not running through the hood going, Daddy! Daddy! Papa!
I want to give an answer, like, what? But no, like, honestly, I'm really cool with him, and I tell the joke because what I realize is like everybody has some sort of issue, like, and more so or less with a father, and you know, I'm no different than anybody else. I do too. But there are way more people out there with worse issues than mine, and you know, not so worse issues than mine and stuff. So I just sort of like play on that. And because like everybody does sort of have a thing, oh, they can relate. Like, oh, you know, man, my dad's not that great. Like, my dad's not that, they can just sort of fill it in.
So is your relationship with your father ever come up in your comedy, or is it something that you help to deal with?
It has a lot. Actually, like 3 of my best jokes revolve sort of around my father. But the difference is like I'm not directly saying like, damn, you dad, like you suck or anything like that. It's really just you know.
But it nuances your comedy. It flavors your comedy, and it comes across in your comedy. Do you feel that that's where you get your humor from, your dad, or is it just, you know, something you feel it's
honestly like my dad is a very charming and funny dude. I really do feel like I got a lot of that from him. Funniness from him. Charm I got from my mom, and you know, the face also helps too.
Oh man, I'm so sorry about your mom like that.
She gave me the stubble. This is where I got it from. Thanks, Ma.
Anyway, man, thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, but of course,
are you gonna demonstrate some of those jokes plus some of the jokes that got you? Did you talk about me?
We did not.
Okay, before we go, just tell me one little thing
real quick
about he's just got nominated as one of the funniest college comics? Or is it just
I'm in the finals for the funniest college competition at the DC Improv. Finals are April 14th, and I'm going to be competing for the spot of funniest college comic.
When we come back, we're going to hear from one of the funniest college comics, Moreese Licorish.
Yeah!
Thank you for joining us. You're going to see it right here.
Ain't you?
You know?
Let's give it up for all the comedy going on tonight, all the comedians who went. Give it up. Before I even get into my set, I just have to say that to all the beautiful, lovely white women who are watching this right now, I am single, and what they say about black men is true. Once you go black, the cops will believe you that there was no consent. I'm looking at you, Becky. I can be your Kobe. No, I've been here in DC for 4 years now, and when I moved here, I found out this fact. Everybody knows it now, that DC is HIV/AIDS capital of America. It's gotten to the point where everywhere you go, there's just flyers with the statistic up, and everybody knows the statistic. It's 1 out of every blank is infected with HIV. I've been here for 4 years, and each year has gotten worse. Okay, that statistic has progressively gotten worse. When I first got here, it was 1 out of every 20 people. The next year was 1 out of every 10 people. The next year was 1 out of every 5 people. It's gotten to the point where I was on the metro today and I looked up, the flyer just said, fuck it, you have AIDS. You do. If you are a resident of the District of Columbia, it's easier to assume that you got it. One of my friends is in grad school right now, getting his PhD to become a teacher in special education, which is another way of saying that he will be super experienced in being underappreciated. He will have shared the same qualities as every female at the end of a long-term relationship. Oh. I'm looking at you again, Becky. It's cool. I'm on Twitter right now, okay? You can look me up, Moreese the comic. And I follow a lot of people, and I post a lot of stuff. One of the posts that I saw was kind of offensive to me. And I thought, you know, I post a lot of stuff all the time that could be considered offensive. So maybe I'm just, you know, overthinking it. And if I can, just real quick to the audience, I just want to read that post and just see if I'm just overthinking it, if I'm just like overreacting to it. Here it goes. It goes this way. I do not believe that Father's Day should be relegated to just 1 day out of the year, Because I spend 365 days avoiding paying child support. I'm assuming because you chuckled, like it's funny, it was supposed to be a joke, it's not that big a deal. I'll continue to follow my father then. That is what you are saying. He will not lose any followers this day. No, he won't. Before I get out of here, I just want to say that I used to play the card game Uno a lot when I was younger. I love that game. I used to love it. The problem with me playing it now is that every time you get a group of people to play, there's always that one person who takes the game too serious. Like everybody's just having fun and just going around and just playing. And this one person is treating the game as if it's poker, just stacking up on great cards. And then finally, when it's his turn, he goes, reverse, back to me, skip you. Uno out. So then by the next round, everybody has their A game on, okay? Everybody just bringing all the good cards. And then all it takes is just one draw two, and it sets off a chain reaction. All of a sudden, it's draw two. Oh, no, draw two. Oh, my God, I don't have any draw twos. I have a draw four. By the time it's my turn, I'm left picking up 34 cards. All I have left is blue sevens and green ones. I have any good cards. Anyhow, y'all have been great. Thank y'all. I'm out.